Hey Taurus, this is Tara from Tara's Tarot. I'm here with your March 2019 reading. Very interesting reading right off the bat. I'm just going to summarize a little bit. We're going to dive in. So I feel like you guys, what's coming up is, I don't know if you're contemplating something, some kind of deep soul searching about some kind of new reality or new option or new direction. I don't know if you want to take it. I feel like you have maybe anxieties you can't see clearly, like you don't know if it's a good option, or you don't know how to move forward through it, or you don't know what to do about it. You might feel like overwhelmed or anxious or lost or like scared, like threatened, like this could be a bad thing. And I feel like you kind of want to keep it at arm's length. Like you don't really want to really fully embrace this opportunity. And then we've got a lot of awesome, energy in the outcome in terms of, creating, building something, finances, manifesting. But then we've got the Tower. So I don't know what that's about. We got to clarify that. And it looks like you have a lot of guidance. Like everything behind the scenes is all good. There's happiness. There's ongoing contentment and fulfillment. You have these energies in your favor that are guiding you, showing you visions, making you feel, a belief in something, or like you want to follow something or inspired by something. And you're being, kind of, I feel like you're being nudged forward, but you're kind of just tentative or lost or don't really know how to move forward or what direction to go in or if you should take this. All right, so let's go through and we're going to get some clarity on this. So the main energies that have shown up in your core, so this is like the core energy, or, what you're kind of dealing with in the present. We've got the Hermit and the Ace of Pentacles. So the Hermit's all about, deep introspection, deep soul searching, needing answers, wanting clarification on something. But it's really, it's a journey like your soul takes. Like you really go on this. It's deep. It's deeper than just a mental thing. You're going on this search for something, for wisdom. And it's about kind of hearing your wisdom from within, having that connection to God, to source, acknowledging that, relying on that, looking at that. So then this Ace of Pentacles is here, crossing your path. So this is like the dawning of a whole new reality, a whole new potential, a whole new, manifested path you could walk down. It's like the energy's here to create something, to build something. You can do whatever you want with this or do nothing with it. So, this is a really beneficial thing. This is very good. But it's just a potential. It's not in finalized form yet. It's not necessarily in solid form yet. So, yeah, you're probably contemplating that, I'm thinking. The recent past is showing up as the Death card. So this is showing you just went through some big transformation. So you have been reborn. Maybe you're still in the process of kind of processing what happened. The Death is like, it can be very painful and sad, like the loss of a whole way of life, the loss of a relationship, some kind of permanent loss that you have to move from. But the thing is, you're meant to move through it. You're meant to move on to something else. That's something more in alignment with you. So it's all part of the plan. You're meant to leave this behind, but it can be painful. It can be not. You can be totally on board with this shift. But this may be carry through, like you're kind of still processing what happened, who you are, where you're going, what this means for you. And you're kind of like reticent in the near future with the Four of Cups to get involved. This is like when we're kind of detached or apathetic or maybe bored or maybe just like, whatever, I'll accept this situation. It's good enough. But we're not really fulfilled. We're not really happy. So it can be about like really not being engaged when we could be and could get a lot of fulfillment from that, or not recognizing what's around us, the opportunity. So, because we don't want, well, let's keep going, because we'll see how this all ties in. Now, underneath you is the Ten of Cups. You're showing up as the star, And underneath the reading, at the bottom of the deck, was the Temperance card. So, great energy. You have a lot of support from the universe right now. 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Ongoing contentment and peace. This is like the strength behind the reading. This is what you might not be seeing right now. What's the subconscious? So this is what's really creating and really driving things. The 10 of Cups. So that's beautiful. You know, having a solid foundation, having a support system, having a family you can connect with and rely on. Having a strong emotional, you know, having found your inner happiness, having found your inner peace, having some kind of long-term stable support. So that feels really good. The Star is when we're kind of captivated by a vision. We have these energies coming to us, manifesting in all different ways, through dreams, through feelings, through just being compelled or believing in something or wanting a new direction. So this is like just being led, being guided, seeing this vision, believing something can be true, can be done. So that's really supportive and kind of like you want this new reality. You want this thing. You believe in something. But yet I feel like you're hesitant to recognize the opportunity or accept it. Then the Temperance cards here, bottom of the deck. So this is like support from the universe in terms of everything is in the right balance. Everything's in the right timing. Everything's in the right proportion. Things are joining together and mixing together to create whole new things. The energy is being healed, transmuted. There's, you know, protection and guidance. Everything's just being healed, being smoothed out in the right measure. So I don't think now, okay, so with the Moon energy, this is your hopes and fears. So whereas you are being supported and everything is good around you, your fear is that you're not. Your fear, so through your emotional lens right now, you're feeling, you know, the Moon energy can feel throw us off balance, throw us off kilter. We feel like we're walking in the forest in the dark. We can't see clearly. We don't know what's a threat. We don't know which path to take. It's overwhelming. But this is just a fear. So this is great that it's showing up in this position because it's just, you know, what you're nervous about. And you don't really need to be because you do have this safe protection. You are being guided and kind of inspired by something. And then this potential is here. It's like you could either walk through this or not. And in the near future, so maybe for a lot of you, you're not really walking through it just yet. But you don't want to miss this opportunity either. Because here we go. We have this, you know, person in the park. He's got his 3 cups. He's cool with that. But there's this other cup for him. There's something else that's meant for him, that's coming into his experience that you can be receptive to. Because this is coming in, you know, it's coming, it's meant to be. It's part of the plan for your soul, your higher self. And we don't always necessarily need to take that. We can go, okay, now we took this route. Okay, our free will chose this. Now we're going to have to go this route, and there's going to be new options. But I feel like there is this good potential here that would benefit you to be open and receptive to. But you might have to contemplate and do some soul searching and figure out your way through that. The environment, there's this energy like go, go, go. I don't know if this is someone else trying to get you on board. Come on, let's do it. Now or never. Come on, it's exciting. There's possibility. Let's go. Follow me. And you're kind of like, I don't know. Or if this is just the energy of the situation and it's exciting and it's captivating you and it's inspiring you. But again, there's this kind of reluctance or maybe not being ready or... Now, going above the situation is the Knight of Swords. So this is probably what's going on. I don't know if there's some kind of disrupting, chaotic situation or something unexpected that you had to deal with out of nowhere that's kind of throwing a roadblock up or something. So I want to look at that. Because we do have the Tower, too, in the outcome. So something unexpected, some kind of breakthrough, shake up. All right, before we get to the outcome, let's look at that Knight of Swords real quick. Two of Swords. So not knowing what to do. So, okay. So something happens, something's going on where you're like, this came out of left field, this was unexpected, this kind of shook things up, and I don't know how to handle this. I don't know what to do. I don't know what direction to go in. So therefore, you're really in deep contemplation. But again, it's all good. You're safe, you're protected, you have a great foundation, you have support. You're not like in danger or, you know, like, okay. I want to look at this Tower card in the outcome too, real quick, to see if these, I feel like these link together, but maybe not, we'll see. But yeah, let's look at this Tower energy for the outcome. Let's get some clarification on that. The Ten of Swords, wow. Okay, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Ten of Swords, so something ends. Something's reaching a completion, and it might happen in a shocking way, out of nowhere. Something's meant to leave the situation. Something's meant to leave your life. This is just one of those things that we move through. It's good for us in the end. It's a blessing in disguise. It's to whatever degree we're attached to this thing that isn't good for us. It doesn't give us anything good. We don't get anything from it. It's just more pain, the same cycle, repeating over and over. So this is when, you know, life steps in and goes, okay, we're going to help you out. We're just going to remove this. You don't have a choice anymore. Like, this isn't good for you. So it's really good. So the degree of that we're attached to this unhealthily, it could be uncomfortable. But this is all, we're meant to purge whatever this is, get it away from us. All right, I want to get one more card because that's interesting. What is ending? What is leaving? It might be different for everybody, but... Okay. So this could be a breakup for some of you. This card represents traditional, you know, status quo, marriage, traditional structures. Society says you should do this. This is how you should operate. Doesn't have to be a breakup. We'll go into to other things as well. But, I mean, you know, you could have this whole new... you know, with this ending in the past, it could have been the end of a phase in your life, of a relationship, and, you know, you do have this new future. You do have this whole new potential that you can walk through, this whole new creation where you get to create whatever you want, where it's a whole new potential, a new beginning, but you might just be kind of gun-shy and not really ready to, not knowing if you can move on, or, you know, and feeling a little reluctant to maybe accept love in the near future, or get out there again, or be engaged, or, you know, maybe you just feel like, you know, being miserable for a little bit, and that's okay. But you are safe. This is happening for a reason. This is meant to be. You didn't mess anything up. It's all good. So that's interesting. That's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is just something that was very confining to you in a negative way is being removed from your path. So whether it's a very oppressive religion, or being controlled by a strict way of thinking, or being, you know, judged very harshly, there's some element of being freed from whatever is, because the High Priest card is very confining, very traditional, very, you know, conventional. There's a system and you better know how it works and your place in it. So this is good. This is a good thing. Breaking free. And again, whatever situation, you know, is leaving, it's come to the end, the road. It really is like, enough. This just has to leave because you'll be so much better for it. So, okay. And you're being guided through this with the star. You know, you do know which way to go. You do feel like this is right. You do feel, you know, like you know what's waiting for you. Yeah, I kind of want to look at the Hermit card. I just want to get a little more on that. Okay, so for the Hermit, we've got the Five of Wands. So some kind of obstacle, some kind of opposition. It's temporary. It's not going to derail you by any means. Okay. Yeah, like whatever this Knight of Swords. So this is a quick something you're probably already aware of. That's kind of occurring on the surface of the situation. Some kind of sudden, quick disruption, change, shook things up. You know, whether it was a message, a circumstance, an event, a communication, a letter, whatever. And it's like, oh my God, what do we do with this? How do we move forward? You know, how do I, you know, I have to overcome whatever this is. I have to push through. So figuring out how to do that. I wonder what that Knight of Swords is. So moving into the outcome, so we covered the Tower. So something is ended. You're being liberated from something really stifling or negative, or something that's just outlived its time. It's time to move on, whether that's a relationship, whether that's a way of thinking, whatever that is, a job. So that's a good thing. Thank God. Okay. Now, what also showing up in the outcome is this lovely spread here. So, you know, showing you developing your goals and moving forward in terms of your monetary tangible reality. So with the Eight of Pentacles, doing the work, doing step after step, the physical labor or the filing the paperwork or whatever it is, your skill, your task, your project, really just focusing on that, developing your craft, working on it, putting in the time. Following the King of Wands, following your vision, being that leader of your own, you know, reality and, you know, making that happen, convincing others, being inspirational, you know, having that belief in yourself and that power to know you can do something and achieve what you want, you know, and working for it. And then the Six of Pentacles is really good because it's like kind of like a gift from the universe. It's kind of like a dose of charity. Things balance out. There's like even there's balance again. You know, if you have been going through a time of lack, then you receive. You know, it's and it's stability in terms of 3D reality and monetary finances and things like that. So that looks really good. That's really strong. So you're moving forward. You know, you are, I guess, you know, kind of, you know, working with this energy that's being offered to you in the present by the outcome, because you're, you know, working with this new potential to develop something more, something greater, something that you want to develop. So there's just a little bit of figuring out, okay, how do I get over what just happened? How do I move through this? How do I overcome? How do I handle this? Processing, you know, but, you know, this is all part of the process. You might be a little gun shy in the near future. You might be a little reticent, a little hesitant. You know, that's normal. Just make sure you're still, you know, being open and being aware of the possibilities, the potentials, the opportunities, just so you're not like letting something pass you by that might really be great for you and you might really want. But, you know, it's going to happen as it's meant to. Again, you're safe, you're protected. So I wouldn't worry too much about the anxiety. That's really coming from your fears more than anything. You're going to figure out how to get through this. It's just, and whatever did happen in, you know, it's minor. It's not like you're moving forward and it's all good anyway. You're just going through this. It's kind of like a transition and growing pains with the transition, I feel like. Cool. So anyway, hope that this helped you guys or made sense, gave you some guidance you needed. If anyone wants a personal reading to look at your specific situation in depth, just email me, Tara@tarastarot.com, and I hope you guys have a great March. Okay, see you later. Bye.